Welcome to the Workbench After Hours podcast. My name is Keith, and I'm your host. This is where we talk about the firearms community, shop talk, and everyday life experiences. Welcome back to episode 44, Workbench After Hours podcast. Chris is next to me, and we do have a new guest this week, my buddy Ryan.
Hello.
Welcome to the podcast. I know you've been a listener for a while and been wanting to get on. So
thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. We're going to talk about some guns and all that fun stuff.
All the things I love.
Yes. But before that, Chris, what do we got?
We have Maker's Mark, number 46. It's French oaked. So I've been reading a little bit of the side over here. I guess this is Bill Samuels Jr. He's the son of the founder of Makers, and he wanted to give it a little bit, I don't know, wanted to get rid of the bitterness, but he also wanted it to be, he says aged longer, but we don't know if it's really been aged longer. And he also added virgin French oak staves to give it more of that caramely vanilla flavoring. So it'll be interesting to try.
Where do they make it? Maker's Mark.
Let's see here. I believe it's in Kentucky. Yeah, Kentucky straight bourbon.
Yep.
So
Nice.
let's see what Bill Jr.'s idea of Maker's 46 is.
We had the regular Maker's Mark not that long ago, and we liked it.
Sounds like you're drowning.
I know.
Thank you.
Well, give it a whiff, Chris. What do we got? What proof is this?
I think it's 70.
47 proof.
Man.
Or,
This
sorry,
is
94 proof, 47%. I got that.
very
You can
strong.
definitely smell it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'm getting is just pure alcohol.
It's a little sweet. It's a little
Yeah.
sweet. It's not as spicy as you might think. It doesn't have the burn like you would think. It's actually kind of smooth and vanilla-y.
Yeah,
if
it is
that's
kind
a
of
word.
funny, like when you smell it, it smells like alcohol.
Definitely get the vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of a burn. Not much.
Yeah. Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to add some ice.
Water it down.
Yes, please.
Yes. So while we do this, Ryan, usually we kind of ask the new guests how they got into guns and kind of where they're at with them. So how did you, I know you own quite a few guns because of our main topic today, but how did you get into shooting or guns? And
Well, it's kind of a funny story. When I was a kid, I watched the movie The Christmas Story with Ralphie. I'm sure you guys have seen it. He got his BB gun for Christmas. And he got it, and I was so excited, and I wanted to see what it was all about. And I got a BB gun. And, well, first my mom said, "You'll shoot your eye out. You can't have one." But ever since then, I was hooked, you know.
You'll shoot your eye.
sorry, I had to mute Chris and I so it didn't pick up all the ice being dropped in. I think every kid wants a BB gun after watching that show. I know I did.
Oh, yeah. And
So-
everyone still uses that line to
So you
this day.
start, oh yeah. So you started with a BB gun, and
And then I was about 24, I think it was. I got my first gun just at Cabela's. I was going to see if I could get one. I wasn't sure. So picked up an AK-47, which is the Zastava, or is it Zastava, right? Or is it Stiva? How do you
Zastava,
Zastava,
yeah.
okay. Got one of those, and then I got a couple years later, I got a 45. It's a Rock Island, you know, cheapy. And then the rest is history after I met Keith. Like the title says, it's dangerous to have a friend with an FFL license. You spend your money on it.
yeah,
But it's been good.
yeah. Chris has been victim of that as well.
Yeah.
But I
A
mean, you get
lot.
you get it at a discount, so you don't have to pay full retail most of
Yeah.
the time. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's also dangerous because, I want this. Hey, can you get that? Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
give me
it's
a
just
couple
like,
minutes.
hey, Keith, can you get this for me? Yeah, I can get it.
I know you're looking at a Trijicon ACOG coming up here.
Yeah, I need
Eventually.
to save up some money for that one.
Yeah, even at my price, it's pretty expensive,
Yeah.
but well worth it. We've shot a rifle with one of those on there. It's freaking awesome.
It was amazing. Oh, I want that.
Yeah, if I didn't just buy a motorcycle and have a bunch of other stuff going on, I might go that route. But
You need to get your priorities straight.
yeah, right now it's a motorcycle. I just bought a exhaust, or I guess not a full exhaust. It's the slip-on exhaust mufflers. So I didn't want to do the full stage one because I was pricing it out. Buying a whole exhaust, the air cleaner, and then the fuel pack.
You just need to do straight pipes.
That's what I said. I was like, just go find another stock exhaust. We'll cut everything off until you get the sound. We'll just keep shortening it until you like the sound.
That way you get the flame shooting at the side.
Or I could just slide on new freaking ones that are already done and sound really good. Went with the Reinhardt ones. They're supposed to give you a deep, throaty sound.
Nice.
Yes. Black mufflers are they come on Thursday. I just hope my bike is back by then.
Where is your bike?
So ever since I started riding it, I noticed like when I would park it, it'd leak a little bit of oil. There'd be like several different spots where oil would be collecting. Not a lot, but after I would try to ride it daily, and every time it got more and more oil. So I took it up there, and they're like, "Yeah, this shouldn't be happening. It's a brand new bike." And I guess what happened was they said it was rare, but it's not. It happens sometimes that when it was built in the factory or put together, the seal didn't seal right, and so that was causing it to leak oil. So they have to take everything apart, put a new seal on there.
They should have just done it right the first time, Keith.
I know. I wish they did.
Jeez.
It's beautiful weather right now, and it's like, man, I want to be out riding my bike, get my exhaust coming in. Like, hurry up! I took it out on Friday. Today's Tuesday, so
They're still not done?
no, they do a lot of work up there. Like, there's tons of bikes in the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it had been done and over like one day.
I don't know what all they have to do to replace that seal.
Well, it just depends on what seal it is. I guess if it's their main seal.
I think that's what it was.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You take everything pretty much down to get to the crank.
Yeah, he's like, it's going to take a lot longer than we... I wish I could have got you in and out of here today, but because of this, we have the parts, we have the seal, but it's going to take a few days, and it's been a few days, so I got the itch. I want to go ride. Had to bust out the scooter again, and it's just not the same.
It'll be snowing before the end of this month.
God, I hope not.
I hope not either. Ugh.
I hate it. I like this weather, but it's like a, foreshadow of what's to come. I'd rather it be June and July all year round.
I don't know. I
don't like
hate,
June, July.
Yeah, like this weather right now. Right now is perfect.
Yeah. I like the 60 to like maybe right at 80 degree weather and a little bit of a breeze.
Yep, especially since I do roof inspections for my main job. Up on a roof when it's 60 or 70 is much better than when it's 102 out.
Yep.
And then it's even hotter up there on those shingles. Whew.
Or below 32.
Yeah, doing the roof inspections when it's below 32 sucks too. When I'm cold, my nose runs and it just nonstop. And then it doesn't matter how thick of gloves I wear, my fingers freaking go numb. It's just not fun. Even with hand warmers, like, yeah, your palms stay nice and warm, but then it doesn't really work on your fingers.
So why don't you buy the Milwaukee jacket? It's got the heater in it. You can just keep your hands in the pockets.
Oh, yeah. Those are nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have Chris money.
I think Christmas. It's a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
So, Ryan.
Yes, sir.
You had the duties of the gun of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Which is one that you didn't buy from me, but you transferred it through me because
Yes.
my supplier's out of stock. And we had one of these. Were you there when we shot it? Out at that place you took us to?
Yeah, it was super badass.
So he shot one of these before. And, sorry, wrong camera. What do we got here?
We got a Tavor X95.
Yep.
5.56. It's got a surefire light on it. Ames Hollow Sun and Hollow Sun magnifier. And this grip is kind of cool too. It's a modular grip. You can shorten it to just stubby or make it longer, but I like it like this.
Yeah, so that nice little vertical. Cool thing about like this gun is just freaking awesome. It's a bullpup. And I think we've had one of these I think we had this one on the podcast when I first got it before I transferred it to you. But it's very compact, but still a 16-inch barrel. So it's still a rifle. It's crazy. This camera, it doesn't have, like, the camera colors aren't very good. It's flat dark earth. It's looking kind of more of a gray tint on this camera, but flat dark earth, and it's just really cool.
See, that's why it's bad to have a friend that has an FFL license, because I wouldn't just call up some random gun shop and have them, have a gun delivered there, not knowing anybody. But since I'm good friends with Keith, I feel comfortable, saying, "Hey, can you get this?" And he can get it.
So, how many guns have you bought and or transferred through me so far?
Oh, well, I'd say 7 or no, 7. Wait, no, sorry, 8.
Yeah, because you did a lower a couple days ago.
Yeah,
this weekend you're gonna do a 308 AR build, right?
Yeah, I'll work on it. I think it'll take me some time, but
yeah,
something to work on.
So with this, retail is about what, 17?
Yeah,
yeah, and then you added the Hullison freaking magnifier, the freaking reticle dot, which is actually really cool. It's a shake weight. It's got a nice green edge reticle in there, and then you got this badass Surefire light. Do you know how many lumens this light has?
I think it's 1500.
It's bright.
Yeah.
And we were playing with this before the podcast, and man, this is, if you're looking for a home defense rifle, this is like the setup to have, because it's nice, compact, and the way you have it set up, I mean, it's
awesome.
Yes. The only thing you're missing is a suppressor.
Yeah.
But we'll work on that.
The Hebrew hammer.
But yeah, this thing's awesome. I'm going to do a video showing how to clean this thing, because it's different than an AR, but still pretty cool. So yeah, check it out. There's tons of videos out there on these things, but they're awesome. And the controls are similar to an AR, but obviously the magazine is behind you versus
in front of you.
Yeah, and then the whole bolt carrier group and everything is back here. So this is where the main stuff happens, back here, instead of the AR. It's more kind of up here. So that's how they're able to put the barrel, kind of tuck it in like that.
And it's so cool because you can shoot it one-handed and be pretty accurate, because you can stick the rest into your armpit.
The AR has like not much recoil, and this thing has even less.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So yeah, keep a lookout on our channel. I might do a couple videos on this. It's awesome. We need to go shoot it.
Yeah, we do. I still haven't shot it. It's kind of sad, but the way ammo prices are going.
And it's just going to an indoor range is not the same.
Yeah. Outdoor range.
And we don't have
so
a
much
really
better.
good close outdoor spot to where we are. So once we'll find a way to get out and shoot that guy.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I got some tracer rounds. It'd be pretty cool to shoot at too. So what? Okay, you didn't want to bring it on, but I'm gonna have you bring it on anyway. I did another video on this gun about a piece on here that we'll see, but this is also another really cool gun. So we're doing 2 guns of the week this week.
Yep.
This one just so happens to fit in a backpack. So could it be a pistol? It's obviously not a shotgun, because you can't have a shotgun fit in there, right?
Or
a
you
rifle.
could.
What?
Ooh.
Look at that. Joe Biden's worst nightmare.
Thank you. It is safety checked and cleared.
So we got Joe Biden's worst nightmare right here. Is that an AR that you just literally whipped out of your backpack?
It's a toy.
It's a BB gun, right?
Right.
I got it at the Daisy Museum.
Yeah.
So what is this? What do we got here, Ryan?
Well, it's kind of fitting since you had your guy on last week of what is it, Bear Arms?
Yeah, right, the
and
Bear.
he does a lot of work for Palmetto State Armory, and I was always kind of curious about Palmetto State. The price is right on them, and I'm pretty happy with it. It's got a good finish.
So
Shoots good. It's got a great trigger. It's got
this rifle is or a pistol is
It's-
Palmetto State Armory. Okay.
It's a 7-inch Marauders, what they call it, upper, and then it's got a Sylvan folding stock and Radiant Raptor charging handle, which I'll never go back to mil spec charging handles. They're just way too hard for me.
Oh yeah, I always put a BCM one on mine with the large latch. But after seeing this thing is
like it's super smooth.
It's smooth, and just the color of it's really cool.
And it's got serrations in it.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show this on camera very good, but just the
camera
doesn't do it justice, but it's really the color of it's just really freaking cool. This thing is awesome. So you haven't shot this one yet either?
Yeah, I shot it a few times. I really like it.
How is it accuracy wise?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I haven't zeroed it in like I really want it, but I just wanted to test it out after I put it together and make sure, it's cycling pretty good.
So I had a pistol AK, and it was a freaking hand cannon, and like large flash coming out the end of the barrel and just super loud. How was this?
I was actually at my buddy's house, and he has a few acres out, kind of outskirts of Parkville. So I was able to shoot it a little bit out there.
So not too bad then.
No, I couldn't really see because it was daylight out when
was it louder than shooting like a normal AR, you think?
I don't know. I really couldn't tell.
Okay. But yeah, so this is a Sylvan Arms folding stock. I have a video on how to install that. Really simple to do. And it's just and then you got the SBA 3 brace on the end of that, which right now is legal.
Yeah.
It's
got a nickel boron toolcraft in it.
Okay.
What does this even do?
It's supposed to be if it's jammed, you can push it and it should push the bolt forward.
It's called a forward assist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
For shooting semi-auto, I've never had to use it. That was more for the M16s and stuff. To help push that in. But the way they make these things now, you rarely have to use that. But look at that. You just put it back in his backpack and put it away. Man, Joe Biden
I really like
hates
that backpack. It's
a gray man backpack.
Vertec. Have you heard of Vertec?
I have not.
Yeah, they make cool backpacks like that.
Yeah, it's really cool because, it's not screaming, hey, this is a tactical backpack. Sometimes if you see those tactical backpacks, this is a tactical guy, or he may have a gun in there. No, that's looks like a gym bag almost. Yeah. Just something you'd sling over and have a pair of
joggers on.
When he's trying to get rid of these braces, have you seen those razors? It's also a brace, I guess. They call them razors. It's a little stock. It's real skinny. You haven't seen them?
Oh, yeah. I think I know what you're talking about.
It's like a blade. I don't know what they call them. But is that going to be banned as well? Because it's not a brace. It's not a...
I'm sure they're going to find a way to get anything that's not a rifled stock that they're going to find a way to kind of work that in there.
If that's the case, I'll just take my pistol brace off and throw it in the trash and run it without it.
Don't throw it away.
Or actually, I just read if they're going to charge you $200 for the
SBR.
Yeah, you just might as well just put a regular stock on it.
Yeah.
And have an SBR.
Because I don't want the government knowing what guns I have. And most other people are in the same boat. But
I converted it to a full size.
Speaking
rifle.
of boats, I think coming up, a lot of us are going to be taking guns out on boats.
Oh,
I hear there's a lot of boating accidents, but I'm going to risk it anyway.
It's almost duck hunting season too, so you want to be out on the water. And have your blind,
Hopefully something doesn't happen. It doesn't fall off and sink to the bottom. And who wants to go in after it at that point?
True, especially in the cold water.
Yeah,
might get hypothermia.
So Ryan was a little nervous having that gun on, but I'm like, dude, right now they're legal. And nobody knows anything about you other than your name's Ryan, and you got a Longhorn shirt on.
Well, I wanted my face blurred out, Keith, and my voice low tone.
We'll do that whole
change everything.
So you're not from Texas, but you're wearing a Longhorns.
Well, I was born in Kansas, but at age 8, I moved to Texas and grew up till I was 19 and moved back. But Dallas area and the Cotton Bowl and OU, Red River Showdown. So made an impression on me when I was a kid. So I'm a fan for life.
So why Longhorns and not A&M?
Just like us in K-State.
Right. I like that.
I don't want to go there, Keith.
All right.
Just like us in K-State.
Yeah. Well, cool. So,
Well, the KU. Speaking about football, KU was pretty good until they lost last week. Game day was actually there.
Yeah, they said it was
Yeah.
the largest turnout they've had since 2010.
Yeah.
and of course, that's the one that they lose.
Yeah.
I always said if game day went to Lawrence, I'd go, but I was out of town. It sucked.
Freaking TCU. God. I mean, I didn't watch the game, but seeing the scores, I mean,
It was
we
close.
didn't get
but-
shut out.
Yeah, like we used to.
Yeah. It'd be, what, 52-0?
Yeah. Well, that and we
Not
also
uncommon.
lost our starting quarterback
Yeah.
for the rest of the season. But
Oh no.
Oh, we did?
yeah.
What happened?
He's Heisman talk too.
Yeah, shoulder separation. They said it was like a stage 3 shoulder separation.
Oh, so the rest of our season.
We just got to win one more game.
Yeah.
Then
Get
you
bowl
get a
eligible.
a bowl game.
Damn.
That's all I care about.
It's a big improvement from last year, only winning 2 games.
Yeah. I wish I would have betted at the beginning of the year that they'd win at least 4.
Well, I went to on the internet to look up tickets to find tickets to go see Texas play when they came to town, and I think a couple years ago I bought 3 tickets for $80, and now 1 ticket nosebleed is $80.
Oh, wow.
So
Maybe it'll go down in price if they start losing.
So what? So you've shown 2 guns that you
well,
bought.
I'm a special guest, I guess, because I get to bring 3 guns.
I know. And so this other gun that he's about to come out is actually one of the most popular videos on the channel where I compare it to a Glock 19. And those of you that are watching on the video version might recognize it. You've added some things to this since I've done the video.
Yeah, I changed the barrel. I really like the barrel. It's so buttery when you shoot it, if that makes sense.
So for those that
Smooth.
are watching, what is this?
That's a Dagger, Palmetto State Dagger. And
So you got a Palmetto State theme going on.
it's I like Palmetto State, man. They're good. I can't say anything wrong with them except for
They're budget
the
friendly.
the trigger on that thing. I absolutely hated it. But you know, it's like people buy Glock 19s or Glocks and customize it. It's like, why not just start off with a lesser expensive version and customize it to how you want? Because you know, all the parts I use are Glock parts that people would have.
The only thing I've heard other than the trigger with this is it's hard to find a holster.
Yeah,
it's
that's bad. That flashlight's badass too.
Yeah. So this trigger, if you've ever felt or handled the original trigger that comes with these daggers, they're garbage.
Yeah.
But this trigger that you put in here, you said the Apex?
It's a Timney Alpha competition trigger.
Man, it is just smooth. It is night and day from that.
And it when you get when you're shooting it, you know, you can really feel when the break is.
Man, you're all about the Hollison sights. This
Yeah,
is your third Hollison sight.
I got hooked on Hollison whenever you sold me that little Ruger.
Yeah.
So I put a Hollison on it, and I was like, well, I might as well just stick with Hollison.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because my eyesight is terrible, but that
It's supposed
reticle is blurry.
Yeah. Try to look through the reticle, not at the reticle, like at the target instead, and it usually.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Okay, I see. Man, but this gun's coming. Did you put? Is this a muzzle device? that
Yeah,
you put
that's
on here?
I forget the brand of it, but I really like it. It keeps the what do you call it? The recoil. It keeps the recoil going, you know, not so up, and it keeps your line of sight.
Because this version that you picked out has a threaded barrel for a suppressor, and it has the suppressor height sights. Suppressor height sights.
Thank you.
So it originally came with just a regular thread protector at the end of that barrel, and so you found that.
But I ended up replacing the barrel too.
Oh, did
I
you?
was about to ask that because I'm like, I don't remember that barrel.
Was
being-
it? I guess it was black, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What barrel did you go with?
This is a True Precision, and True Precision, and it's fluted a little.
Oh,
You
yeah.
kind of saw, and it's super smooth when you're shooting it. It's very low friction on the gun itself. So.
Yeah, that just looks cool with that little muzzle break on the end there.
And it actually works. I really like it.
Hell yeah, I want to shoot that.
Yeah, I took it to the gun range. I shot 50 rounds through it. And the guy was like, hey, when you're done shooting it, can I see it? I was like, yeah.
Man, with all the stuff you're doing to these guns that are pretty popular, you should have your own YouTube channel.
Yeah, but look at all the stuff you got to buy.
This is for a podcast. This is different. You could just honestly get away with just your phone,
Yeah.
and you'd be fine.
You're a bad influence, by the way.
What do I do after I go through my guns? Just start over again and say, well, I know you've seen this gun already. But
Oh, well, then that's when you start doing comparison videos. You do.
Okay.
Because that's what seems to be the most popular right now, especially on my channel, is the this versus that. Like a Glock 19 super popular, and so is a PSA, and the price difference. People like to see what you're getting. The Hellcat Pro versus the SIG 365.
Yeah, I was surprised your Dagger video. Like, if you go to YouTube and you type in Glock versus Dagger, that's the first video that'll pop up.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's I guess.
If
it's 'cause
only
it's got the
every
most
other
views in
video
that
could be the
category.
same way.
Yeah. I know I was really torn trying to decide between the Dagger and the Glock 19.
Yes,
Well,
you were.
You can still get the Dagger too.
I know, but I
Well,
was,
well, now he's got to save up for X95. 'Cause he was drooling over that
Yeah,
before the
I was.
podcast.
I showed my brother that, and he's like, "Do they make it 308?" And I was like, "Yeah, they make the Tavor 7."
yeah.
And so for a while, he was wanting to get the Tavor 7, but he couldn't find one anywhere.
So do you find that because you're friends with somebody that has an FFL, you're buying more than what you normally would have?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, I wouldn't go up to like I don't know. I don't feel comfortable having a gun that I spend so much money on delivered to a firearms shop that I've never even been to, or. But since I know you, it's like come straight to your house and.
It's more personable.
Yeah, that is a good thing. I need to do a whole video on your FFL, but it's nice because there's not that intimate. Yeah, it's a little weird going to somebody's house, but I have a lot of repeat customers, so once they come over, then they're comfortable. But it's not intimate. Like if you go to a say the Bullet Hole or somewhere, you have a lot of older people working behind the counter that are, a little rough on the edges. So they're for somebody that's never been in there or a new gun owner, or somebody that's getting into guns, that can be a little intimidating. And
yeah, I remember getting my first gun, filling out everything. I was pretty intimidated. I wasn't sure.
I was
what was
scared
going
that,
on.
like, did I answer everything correctly?
Yeah.
Did I do everything right? Are they going to tell me what's going on?
Yep. Yeah, now I just fill it out and it's like second nature. It's like I don't even have to. I'm like, just go through there. First one's yes, all no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. But yeah, that's one thing about the gun shops that have a lot of them give the gun industry a bad rap is there are gun shops out there that aren't like good on customer service. Like you feel like I went to one over in Missouri to do a transfer. I selling the handgun to a guy, and so I had to have a shop over there do the actual paperwork, and they weren't very friendly at all. They weren't inviting, and it seems like you were getting in their way or like
Wasting their time.
It's like, dude, this is what you do for a living. Like this is bringing you money. I know you charge more than I do for a transfer, so you're getting more out of it. It's like, be more friendly. Like,
And then the bullet hole too, I saw on their wall, there's a percentage you have to pay off your gun if it has to be shipped back.
yeah, that's most places. So they'll if you get denied, like somebody actually did that. I got a denial of somebody that bought from PSA. Luckily, I contacted PSA and they sent me a free shipping label, so I didn't have to come out of pocket or charge them for that. But yeah, sometimes depending on who you're going through, are going to charge you a restocking fee basically, or that whoever you had the gun shipped to could offer to buy that gun back from you, but people just get pissed off. It's like, dude, it's not my fault you got denied.
Yeah.
But luckily that doesn't happen very often. As a home-based FFL, and that was a shop, it'd be a lot different.
Since we were talking about triggers, have you heard of the Trigger Tech?
Mm-mm.
They're a Canadian company, but I was looking at what is the best AR-10 trigger. I kept seeing Trigger Tech. They have a really cool deal. It's a drop-in trigger, and then you can adjust it from a 1.5 pound to 4 pound pull. And there's zero creep. They have zero creep technology. So like if you're, in the hunting field, you can turn it up to 4 pounds so you don't actually bump it or whatever. But the 1.5 pound is like a princess trigger. You just barely pull it.
Blow
I think
on
I'm
it.
gonna have to
Jeez.
get that for the build.
Jeez.
That'll
You could almost blow on it.
Yeah. That's kind of like Phil's trigger that he had on that elephant gun. That was like super light. I forgot what gun that was. It was a 30-06 though. It was he had me shoot that. I'm like, whew, I'm good. Have you heard? If you're looking at triggers, have you heard of Elfman?
Yeah.
So I had one of those in that
6.5.
6.5 build that I did. I was surprised. I mean, they're a little more expensive, but not as expensive. I think it's like $181, and there's several different options. But those are really good drop-in triggers too, and those aren't ones that you see advertised a lot or hear about, but they're pretty damn good too.
Yeah.
And you can get different, a curved one, a straight one, one skeletized, and different pull weights and stuff. So check them out too if you don't want to, because I know you're gonna be, if you want to put it. Are you gonna put the ACOG on that, or are you gonna? What's the ACOG for?
Yeah, that one.
That one? Damn.
Wouldn't you think it would be good for it?
I would put that on more, say like that or your AR.
Yeah.
I don't. For 308, I mean, sure you could.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can still probably shoot 500 yards with it, or maybe, I don't know.
The gun will shoot it. It might be limited on that.
Well, there's MOAs, I guess. What do you call it? Where you can see the drop, so you have to raise it up a little bit so you can shoot the target, counteract the windage and all that. Something I'm gonna have to learn.
We'll get it, and then you could always swap it out and put it on different rifles and see which one it fits the best on.
But it's cool because you got the top red dot on top, like the top red dot on top.
Yeah.
But you don't have to, like, for instance, the not the Holosun, the X95 has the Holosun magnifier that you have to flip over. Well, this is just look up, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and ACOG's like, if you're gonna spend money on one, that's when you want to spend the money on. You could buy them used, but they're hard. They sell real quick used.
That and they're hard to find.
Mm-hmm. And the one he wants is a flat dark earth 4x32. Yeah, it's I want to say like $1,500
Yes.
retail.
Yeah.
I might be able to
Reticles and sights, they get pricey quick.
Mm-hmm.
One ACOG. I mean, the military
Yeah.
freaking uses those. So
Yeah.
they're you're buying quality at that point.
Yeah.
So that would look good on that freaking Tavor though. An ACOG on there, flat dark earth, it'll match the freaking thing. You might have to buy a couple of them.
He's like, shut up.
He's like, damn it.
Shut up. I
You
don't
want some
need
more of this Maker's Mark?
I'm still sipping on this one. I still got some.
All right, well, let me know.
Thank you.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's good.
It's definitely better once you add ice.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of gets rid of that bite on the back end.
Yeah.
Bring that proof down a little bit.
But I
It's
like
not
this.
bad. Yeah,
I do like it better than the regular Makers.
That's what I was about to say.
Have you guys heard of cryptic bolt carriers?
Mm-mm.
Bolt carrier groups, yeah. They have this coating on them where it makes them slicker than nickel boron. And they have a lifetime warranty on a bolt carrier. That's pretty badass. They're like $300 though.
Is that for the AR-10 though?
Yeah.
Which is,
That's not bad.
Yeah, you figure on spending that because you're gonna notice all the parts for an AR-10 way more expensive than for an AR-15.
Yeah, they are.
And they're pretty cool too. They've got different colors, I guess, bronze and gold. And
Chris, do you think we could talk him into buying a Wilson Combat barrel?
Oh, I'm sure.
see, I saw some Wilson Combat barrels on Optics Planet for sale, but they didn't have good reviews.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably somebody doesn't know anything about guns or how to shoot. They're probably saying these aren't accurate, but they got some shitty ass scope on there.
That's not sighted in.
Yeah, that's
And then they have Armalite uppers on Optics Planet. Like the upper is $1,500. Why would you spend that much money on an upper?
Man,
For-
freaking Optics Planet. I don't know.
Some of the stuff's overpriced.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for Optics Planet. The Optic Planet bucks.
Oh well. So cool. So and then you have a Century Arms C308, right?
Yeah, I have a. It's a set me rifle, and they had to use the set me parts and then make a new lower, like a trigger lower, I guess, for it. With the triggers all new, the lowers all new, but the well, I guess the barrel's new, but they used the parts off of the original set me, so it's kind of cool. The wood is all dented up because it's been in battle, and I got the AK, and then you've seen the other guns I brought. And then Keith got me a VR80 AR shotgun, which is pretty badass.
Yep.
And let's see here. And then I got a Black Ace Tactical, which was a cheap gun, but it's really good quality. And it's one I don't keep in the safe, but I just keep it, in a special spot so where I can get it in case someone breaks in.
Yeah, and that was the 12 gauge that came with the stock, but didn't it come with the?
Yeah, it came with
rib?
a goose.
Yeah.
Or what do you call it? A bird's neck.
Yeah, so you could swap it out and just.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I mean, that's not something I would use, but
Yeah.
you have the option to take the stock off and just have that basically handle there. Spray and pray, right?
That's all you got to do with the buckshot.
That's what everybody says. But then if you listen to our last episode,
You'll know.
yeah, and then if you are doing that, you definitely want to have that insurance.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying.
But yeah, so Chris, how many guns do you have now?
I have 9 or 10, I think. I think it's 9.
And there, you
Got to
definitely
get the 10th one.
And we've
I
talked
know.
about stuff on your radar. He
Yeah.
finally got that safe.
X95.
Yeah.
I know he's gonna be one of those. But dude, that air compressor that you're getting for free, or
And an air compressor I'm looking at.
that he's looking at.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep. That's my idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Keith, how many guns do you have?
I have no idea. Honestly, I don't, because I got this crate over here, which I need to do a video on, but I got an old Mosin crate. It used to be full of Mosins, but I sold some when we got married, and I sold some other guns when we got married. So I've been scared to count how many guns I don't have now after having to pay for our wedding.
You have to count because you never know when one's missing.
Yeah, I do have 10.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah. I got 5 and 5.
After 10, it gets a little,
Yeah.
a little iffy on
Sounds
how many.
like,
you
which
think
ones
you
do I
got.
It's
got?
like, oh
now.
yeah, I forgot about that one. So
Yeah.
back at the safe. Well, because me, like, I got ones because I got stuff for the business and then stuff in my personal collection. But some of the stuff through the business, I use, and I'm not selling. So I guess I don't count
They're
those,
demos.
right? And like that Hellcat Pro, I haven't put it in my name. It's still in the business name, but if I ever want to sell it, then I just sell it. So I have that Mossberg Patriot like that and a couple other shotguns. And that's not what I do now is like, if I want a gun, I just buy it through the business and just keep it in the business name.
Do you still have that badass AR that had the American flag on it?
No, that's the one that had that Elfman trigger in it.
Oh, yeah. And
I
you had
sold
it
that.
hung up like a trophy in your office.
Oh, that one. The parchment one that they did before that.
Oh,
was
the
that,
We Are the People one?
yeah, no, I had to sell that for the wedding.
Oh.
Damn it.
You should have sold it to me.
I never got the shoot it.
Yeah.
I sold it to somebody in Texas.
So you need to go down to Texas.
Yeah, so it's hard to count how many guns I actually.
So
do
you
need
can
to see.
ship your guns all across the country.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as a dealer, I can ship them anywhere as long as that gun is legal in that state. Where it gets fishy is I will not ship to California because you have to go through this process, and I don't want to deal with that. So I won't ship to California, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. Illinois gets a little funky. As long as it's outside of Chicago, you're okay.
Chicago's the crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the other day, I don't know when it was, but they had a gang battle out in the streets. Nobody went to jail. 2 people died, and they said it was I forget the wording, but
was almost like
like if 2 people have a like if I said I want to kick your ass, you want to kick my ass.
It's a mutual,
mutual battle.
battleground
Yeah.
or something like that.
So they didn't arrest anyone, which is so stupid.
Yeah, 2 people got killed, didn't they? And like 1 person injured.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Stay out of Chicago, California, Washington, Oregon.
So speaking of Chicago, I was watching this other gun podcast. It just kind of popped up, and I'm like, oh, well, listen to this for a second because it wasn't very long. But he was talking about the Glock switches. If you don't know what a Glock switch is, it's basically turns your regular semi-auto Glock pistol into a full auto pistol, which is illegal unless you go through the paperwork. And I don't know. It's a long, but for most of us to just buy one and put it on, you can't do. Well, I guess there was a surge of these Glock switches that came in that were somehow brought in from China illegally, and a lot of them went to places like Chicago.
Yeah.
So then you had all these freaking gangbangers or wannabe gangbangers get a hold of these somehow, and then he was showing videos. I don't know if it was on YouTube or maybe Instagram or whatever platform, but there were these literally kids that were either I think they were graduating from 8th grade. I don't think they didn't look old enough to be graduating from high school, but they all were videoing themselves holding Glocks and then showing how they had these Glock switches mounted to each one. They're like, oh, this Glock has a red switch. This one's got the gold switch. This one's got a blue switch. and I'm like, these kids who aren't even old enough to legally own that gun has this freaking Glock now full auto.
Yeah.
This is the problem.
Yeah.
And the laws that everybody's making isn't going to stop that.
Yeah.
They're the problem, and they're the reason all this gun control is wanting to happen. But you think they're abiding by any laws?
They'll
No.
take away our guns because we're law-abiding citizens, and then those criminals that you're describing, maybe they're not criminals, maybe they are.
Well, they are at
Probably.
that
Yeah,
point because
yeah,
It's
I
an
guess you're
illegal
right.
gun.
So they're not going to abide by the law.
Yep.
None of them will.
but these politicians don't get that. Like, they don't.
I think the only way they're going to get it is if you take away their armed security and they actually have to defend themselves. They might understand at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, weren't you guys talking a while back about a politician's house got broken into, and she was trying to find her gun out in she lived in California.
Yeah, she was running to be a mayor. I think it was in California. But
And
her
they
house
stole
got
her
broken
gun.
into, and they stole a couple guns.
Yeah.
It's like,
And she's supposed to be against guns.
yeah.
Yeah, she's got guns in her house.
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi, I guarantee you she's got an armed gunman no matter where she goes, and she lives behind a big gated community.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, she does. If you actually do some research on this, all those Glock switches got into the wrong hands.
Mm-hmm.
So, us as law-abiding citizens, as much as we would love to have that,
Be
we
awesome.
are not going to risk 10 years in federal prison
No.
to have something shoot full auto. As cool as it would be, ammo is expensive. We don't steal ammo. I'm sure they steal ammo or wherever they get their ammo from. But we're not going to do something stupid like that. But all these criminals are, and they were showing how this was a big problem for the cops in that area because they're going up against these teenagers that have full auto Glocks, and they're fighting with their semi-auto, Glock 19s or Glock 22s, whatever that police department has. And it's like, these. You got to somehow, instead of having the ATF focus on, Chris, who bought an oil filter that he
A
could
suppressor.
potentially turn into a suppressor, but probably won't. He will, but
Those things are so
But
dumb.
why focus on that and go to his house in the suburbs when you have kids that are not legal to own a pistol showing off on social media that they have a full auto Glock that they made themselves?
Yeah.
They are going after the wrong people.
Especially since you can track that
Yeah.
easily. Going off that, you can go off IP addresses and track them that way.
If I ever altered a gun, say an AR-15 with something that I may or may not have to make it full auto, I'm not going to post that on freaking social
hell no.
media.
No.
Hell no. I'm not going to even, I might tell you about it if you're with me to shoot it.
Yeah.
Shoot, I'm reluctant to even show my legal guns.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person that doesn't want anybody to know what I have. You know, that's just me.
And say they make those short. So say they make that pistol AR, the SBA 3 braces, illegal, or they deem it to be a short barrel rifle, and you have to go through the NFA. You're probably going to, as you said, either take it off and turn it into a rifle. Maybe you'll change out the upper or something, but you're going to follow the rules essentially.
Yeah, I mean, in reality, who needs a little pistol? I mean, it's cool because it's short, compact.
It's not practical.
But it's not practical. You can't shoot long distance with it. The best thing is like a 16-inch barrel.
But you would follow generally the rules
Oh yeah, I'd
for
follow
the most part.
I'd
but
follow them.
You
But
think that
I don't think it's gonna happen.
You
though.
think kids up in Chicago that have the same setup as you are going to be like, oh, these are illegal now. I'm gonna register and pay $200. You think they're gonna do that?
No.
No, they're gonna find a way to make more of those, and then they're gonna sell them on the black market and make money off of that shit.
Like
Yeah.
millions
Yeah.
illegally.
So
And then if they do make guns illegal, they're going to be coming across the Mexican border, just like everything else is these days. Like all the illegals coming across the border, and then they want to ship them to places and put them in
Sanctuaries
hotels
and all that.
But yet we got homeless vets on the streets, and they won't take care of them.
Yeah, I saw a thing today, actually. I think it was in California. This guy was going off about, this is crazy that our government bring in illegal immigrants, pay for them, but yet we have homeless Americans that don't get shit.
Yeah.
And why are we the taxpayers paying for illegals to come in here and live
Well,
when we should be helping our own communities?
My theory is they want them to come in, make them legal as fast as they can.
Rig elections.
That way they can get the most votes as they can. So that's why is what I think.
one thing that I do hate, and you always have the panhandlers, right? When they're literally panhandling, and then you look over and there's literally a sign for some place saying we're hiring.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's all the time.
Yeah,
It's like
Or
fucking
there's
go
something
get a
like
job.
homeless need help, and you look at them, you're like, you got $200 pair of shoes on. You're wearing this. You got. It's like, come on.
It's like
And I see him all the time. I have a small business with my grandpa. We do tree work. So if anybody watching needs tree work in Kansas City area, call or let Keith know. But anyways, you'll see him, and it's like, I've been lifting wood all day. My back hurts. I'm not going to give you any of my hard-earned money.
so you get paid
But,
to play with your wood all day,
I'd be more than happy to give you a job, though.
Yeah.
right?
Like, I guarantee you go up, hey, I'll help you get a job. I bet they'd be like, leave me alone. Just give me money.
Yeah, they'll be like, why? I do this.
Yeah. I get this tax-free. Don't have to claim it.
So many places now are giving sign-on bonuses. Yeah, you probably have to be there for a probation period, but still, I mean,
Yeah, I know, like, a lot of the skilled labor trades now, they're starting to do sign-on bonuses just because it's hard to find people. And, like, yeah, a majority of it is, like, you get, like, maybe half of it up front or after your probationary period, then after your 1-year anniversary, you get the rest. But there's so many, everywhere you turn, there's now hiring. I mean, shoot, you can go work at McDonald's, $15 an hour, and still screw up orders and not give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
and Ryan, so Ryan and I used to work for the same electrical
Oh,
company.
yeah. That's how I met Keith.
Could you imagine what we could make now?
Oh, shoot.
We were making literally $10 an hour
Mm-hmm.
because we were like
Digging ditches.
Yeah, we were the bottom of the bottom, learning the ropes, but we were making $10 an hour back then. But we were still working.
Yeah.
But shit, man, we'd be making a lot more now.
I
But
remember those electricians always chewed my ass for I remember one time they always made me do stupid shit just because I was
They
the new
didn't want
guy.
to.
you're new, you're young. Yeah,
They didn't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
we were basically the apprentices, and you get to do the bitch work, which I did
how
a
you
lot of
learn.
wiring. Like in the Red Lobster I installed 80% of the light fixtures. I did all the whips and runs to all the outlets. The only thing I didn't do was anything with the panel.
You ever talk to that guy Joe? Was that his name?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
Nope. The only guy I keep in touch with is you.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That was about 12 years ago, Keith. 10, 12 years ago. I've known Keith that long.
it was like 13 years ago.
Yeah.
Because I've been an adjuster for about 13 years, and so yeah, I did. Yeah, before that, I did that. So yeah, it's doesn't feel like that long ago, but damn,
Time flies.
I definitely could not do that work now, man. It'd kick my ass. I was in the best shape of my life, though.
Oh, you'd be shocked.
Do you still remember the way that glue smelt?
Oh yeah,
That PVC pipe glue, you'd have to...
Oh, the primer,
Yeah.
cleaner. And then
And one time I had the glue sitting on top of the hole I was digging. I was in it. It spilt down my pants. It was straight fire.
yeah, nice,
That was terrible.
fun times though.
Yeah. I'm glad I don't do it anymore.
Chris has actually called me yesterday wanting to know about putting a 240 volt from his panel to his garage.
yeah, I was sitting there debating about where I could maybe run it to. It does not look fun.
Mine was easy because my panel's in my
Oh
garage.
yeah, mine's in my basement, so you got to go up the stairs. It looks like, and then I don't know where I'd even put it. My other idea is just to do like a step up transformer in a little control panel box, and then wire it that way to a breaker. Then to have 240.
Nice.
Good ideas for your YouTube channel.
Just don't drop a wrench in the... what is it? What is the box called?
Oh, the bus bars.
Yeah, where you put the... It's been so long since I've done electrical work. The transformer box.
Yeah. Just gotta be careful and fast, right?
Yeah.
There's a reason they call
You gotta
electricians.
lick the wires and make sure they're good.
There's a reason electricians are called Sparkies.
Yeah.
I created a lot of sparks. I shocked myself a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like you think it's dead, and you go to grab something. No, that's
Or
not
that,
dead.
or like if you're doing stuff right and have the right tools, you can wire stuff together hot.
Yeah, you can.
And I got to the point where I was doing that. However, I forgot that I was leaning my arm on a metal light. And then I went to go touch these two hot wires together. Normally it would have been okay, but since I had my arm touching that metal, damn.
Yeah.
I about fell off that fucking ladder. Literally scared the shit out of me.
Did you shit?
I about did, and of course everybody freaking goes, "God damn it, Sparky!" And because I shut the whole power off to the building.
Yeah.
Speaking of shit in your pants, did you see the London game with the Packers and the Giants?
No, I
The
was still in
center
bed.
had shit his pants.
Did he? What?
Yeah, they're wearing white pants, and he shit his pants. And it's bad because that's like international television. So the whole world saw the center with shit pants.
Ugh.
Like, did he do it as he's bent over and like a tackle player?
I don't know exactly how he did it, but he was running around with a big shit stain.
Are you sure? And it wasn't just from him like hitting the grass.
I
dirt.
don't. He probably fell over. He may have ate too much hot sauce before the game. You know,
Oh man,
too much Taco Bell.
Nice.
it's almost
But,
as embarrassing as the ref crying last night.
Oh,
I don't think it was
the
crying.
the
Oh, I think he
craziest
was.
part about that Chiefs game was the ending. It was 1 point. All they had to do, the Raiders had to do, was get close enough to kick a field
Yep.
goal, and 4th and 1, and they threw it,
And
and
hit
the
each other.
guys collided. It looked like Pee Wee football.
I almost like, oh man, they're gonna throw a flag.
I couldn't
pass
believe that.
interference, and then
Yeah.
they showed it in replay. I was like, oh, thank God.
That was crazy.
That was a
Crazy ending.
As a Chiefs fan, a stressful game to watch.
Yeah,
And that bullshit call.
Well, the
roughing the
whole
passer.
stadium was saying, "Refs, you suck."
yeah.
Refs,
And
you suck.
bullshit, bullshit.
It's like he had his arm down.
He had the ball in the other
And
one.
he had the ball. He had Chris Jones, right?
yeah, Chris Jones.
Took
Yeah.
the ball away from Carr, and they just happened to be going down at the same time. But then Chris Jones put his arm down to hold, so he didn't put all his weight on
him.
Carr, and they call that roughing the passer. It's like, what? At that point, he's got the ball. He's a big dude. He can't just
Yeah,
Yeah,
flip himself like that. But he put his arm down, and you're gonna call that a roughing the passer? Fucking put flags on the goddamn quarterback at this
Yeah.
point. Like,
At this
run up to
point.
the quarterback, pull his flag off while you're sacked.
Well, that and then did you see the Tom Brady one with
I did
Atlanta
not.
Falcons?
I did not.
Well, they did the same thing to Patrick Mahomes last night, and there was no roughing the fucking passer.
yeah. They it was Crosby did that
Yeah.
to him.
What happened to Brady?
the guy came around, tackled him, like swung him around, but he fell down first. So Brady landed on top of him. They called it roughing the passer. Last night they did the exact same to Mahomes, and they didn't call it. It's like if you're gonna do it, make it consistent.
There was a lot of calls that they weren't calling.
Oh yeah,
that the Raiders should have been called on, and we did shit that we shouldn't have gotten called on, and
yeah, it was crazy.
the officiating last night sucked.
Yeah, they were getting so bad. They had to do some bad calls for the Raiders.
Yeah,
dude. As a Raiders fan, that field goal where it was I forgot what they called the penalty, but
or like he flings them so you can shoot the gap.
Oh yeah, one guy was holding, and the other guy was going to shoot the gap.
Yeah.
As a Raiders fan, that would have pissed me off.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you fucking serious? Now they got 1st and 10.
Yeah.
The refs probably thought, hey guys, if we need to get out here alive, we better not.
We better
do this
start
at
making
Arrowhead Stadium.
Yeah.
They got some of the craziest fans.
Yeah. I would not want to be in that stadium last night.
We need Harrison Butker back, man.
Yeah, we do.
Butt kisser is what I call him.
I mean, that guy had basically the longest field goal in that stadium, but
I think it was luck.
yeah,
I swear it was luck because he missed 2 other ones.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, come on.
yeah, we need Butker back.
Yeah.
Because had he made that one field goal initially,
I was almost to the point. Just put in our safety. Let him kick.
Yeah, that guy
I don't
is
know.
good.
Yeah.
Sneed, is that his name?
Reed.
Oh,
He was
Reed.
Justin
that
Reed.
good. Wright did better, I think. But
Justin Reed made a 71-yarder at warm-ups.
at warm-ups, but not in the game.
Oh, I don't care.
There's a difference between warm-ups and pressure of a game.
But at least he's been in the game long enough to know pressures. Unlike Wright, where he has to go out there for this one play. Oh, fuck. Don't fuck up.
Yeah, but
At least Reed's playing throughout the whole game.
is it right though? Isn't he an actual kicker?
Yeah.
So it's not like
So?
he's just some other position
That's what
coming
you
in to play
have
kicker.
when you have dual weapons.
Yeah. So to play devil's advocate, going back to guns,
Yeah, I got a question about guns too after you.
do you think full auto guns should be legal?
Well,
Yes.
I wouldn't see a problem with it.
Okay.
But then again, you already have the criminals with full auto anyway, with the Sears.
Yeah. So why can't us good guys
Well,
have full autos to defend?
That's another question because I'm interested in a belt fed. Like if I was going to get a full auto, it would have to be a belt fed because I'm tired of hoarding magazines. It's too many magazines.
Then you gotta find the ammo that's on belts though.
And then you can have the backpack with all your ammo in it.
Rambo.
You just be carrying around freaking ammo cans and
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
How do you guys store your ammo? Do you store it? Do you dump them out of the boxes and put them in airtight cans? That's what I do.
What I do is since I got a lot of it, I'll put it in a Ziploc bag and I'll label how many rounds are in that Ziploc bag. Then I'll put it in the ammo can.
Yeah, because I got to where the boxes were taking up too much room.
So here's my thoughts, and I have an older video on this. I need to redo it, but I have an ammo shelf down in the basement, and I got a lot of stuff down there that's just stored away for long term that I bought cheap back when ammo was really cheap and readily available. So I was stocking up on ammo, and I got a mixture of stuff. So I got some cheap stuff, I got some more expensive stuff, but I try to have at least one full ammo can per caliber. 22 long rifle, I got 3 or 4.
Like a 50 cal?
Yeah, the 50 cal cans. So since I have a mixture of a different bunch of ammos, I keep mine in the box. So that way I know what it is. You could dump it all in there together or maybe separate them out in sandwich bags or something like that. But I personally, like having the box.
Yeah. Excuse me. Well, I take 150 cal can and put only one kind of ammo in it and then label the outside.
Yep.
And then so on.
Yeah, so my 223 can, I have 223 and I'll have just the regular full metal jacket, and then I'll have 223 green tip, and then 556 green tip or 556 full metal jacket. I'll have them labeled too, and how many rounds are in each one.
Because it's good to have them labeled because
Oh, yeah, I got
you're
mine
going to be
labeled.
screwed when you're trying to find something. You take out 5 cans and you're
Yeah.
looking for just one.
Yep. All of
Those
mine
things
are
are heavy.
labeled 9mm, 45 ACP,
Yeah.
223, 556, 22. Yeah, it's all labeled down there. And I try, if I can, rotate some stocks. So if I go buy something, maybe I'll take out an older box. But I also put in a silica pack inside of the ammo can just to help keep any potential moisture in there from.
Yeah.
Because as long as you have it stored in a cool, dark, dry place, ammo will literally last forever.
Yeah.
I've had sealed spam cams of 7.62 by 54R for the Mosins that came from the 40s.
Oh, nice.
But because they were sealed, I opened it up, freaking pristine shape, and they ran because I shot them. And so freaking from the 40s. So as long as you keep it stored right, if you live in a like say Florida, you don't have basements in Florida and you're humid, it's gonna be harder for you to store ammo. You definitely want to utilize
a dehumidifying rod. Or
something to protect against that moisture, because once moisture gets in there and it sits in there, you get corrosion and all that crap that can.
So another question, I don't know if this is crazy or weird, but every time I get my guns out, I clean them before I put them back. Like all the guns I showed you, we touched them. So I'm kind of paranoid about it rusting. So I always clean my guns before I put them back, no matter how little or much I use them.
So you're talking about like if you shoot them?
Or just even take them out to look at them. That's what I do. I clean them before I put them back. Well, the only reason
That's
why...
just funny. I take them out to look at them.
I do.
I only clean mine... Every time I shoot them, I generally clean them.
I mean, I don't like fully just wipe them off, with a little cleaner, wipe them off. So you don't have that oils on them from your fingers.
Yeah, it's good to do at least like they make these wipes that have that like a lightly oiled, that any metal parts before you store it in a safe and you're not going to touch it for a while. Yeah, wipe that down with that so that way your oils from your hands don't cause it to rust, especially if like you don't have a dehumidifier rod in your safe. It gets a little moisture, humid in there. That's a good idea. You went a little overboard on your Dagger and had it like all over the polymer slide and stuff like that. I probably wouldn't go that far. I'd just wipe the slide down. Polymers, you don't need to oil the polymer part, but
the plastic, it just leaked down on there.
Oh, you just need to do a very light oil, and then even if you do a light oil, maybe wipe some excess off. You just want just a little bit on there.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So, but yeah, definitely a good thing to do, because especially if you put it in a safe and aren't going to shoot it for a while, that prevents it from rusting from your oils that come from your hands. And me personally, I always clean my guns after I shoot them, because I don't shoot very often. So I want that gun to be reliable and stay a reliable gun for as much as possible. I like clean looking guns too.
I know my brother, he had a Smith & Wesson Shield, and he carried it everywhere. Texas, sweat all the time, never cleaned it. The gun like rusted. The slide wouldn't even open. Had to be worked on. I use those I think they're Beechwood Casey's.
Yeah.
And it's a rag that gets all the carbon and all the gunk off. And if it's some of that stuff can sit on there and get hard like a rock.
Yeah.
And that stuff works really good. But I had to use that to clean his gun. He ended up giving it to my sister, but I feel bad for her using it. It's got it pretty rusty.
Yeah, if you carry a gun, and especially in the summertime, sweat a lot, you definitely gotta.
I know Chris is a big Smith & Wesson guy, aren't you?
I'm any gun that I like guy.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you own a Smith & Wesson, do you?
No.
You were looking at a shield?
I was looking at the MP 2.0.
Oh, okay.
Flat Dark Earth, and then...
Which they came out with that shorter version,
but then
4-inch.
You got the freaking Glock 19 and FDE. And it was like, oh, no brainer.
I don't know. You thought about that one for a long time.
I thought about it for a long time, because it was between that and the Dagger, and then I was sitting there pricing like Glock. I don't have to upgrade the trigger right away. The Dagger, I know that's gonna be the first thing I do. So there's $150, and I was like, shoot. By the time I got the Glock at what you got me at that price, I was like, might as well just buy the Glock, and I have to mess with it for a while.
And again, the Glock, so easy to find holsters for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Dagger, not so much.
That's why I carry it in that backpack.
Yep. That will probably fix with time, but shit, you like.
I don't know why Palmetto State doesn't sell them. Or maybe they do. They're just all sold out.
I don't know if do they sell any holsters?
They sell everything. They even sell flamethrowers. You can buy a flamethrower. I almost bought it,
Dude,
but it's like $500.
You should. You should.
Awesome.
You can have it delivered straight to your house because it's not a
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not a gun. It's a
Flamethrower.
yeah.
Even cooler.
It's pretty cool. It shoots. I don't know. It shoots pretty far, like 20 feet.
We need to somehow figure out to do something similar to a demo ranch channel.
Yeah.
Well,
You need to buy since you're
Yeah. Chris is gonna buy land, isn't he?
somebody needs to buy land so we
I
can do some
want land
cool
bad.
shit out there.
Yeah.
I've been
Don't mind
looking.
me. I'm coming out. I'm gonna blow some stuff
I
up.
don't care. Just clean up after yourself.
What was that? Ah, Keith's probably blowing something up out there with Ryan. Testing something out. Ah, they shot a propane tank. It's a little full.
As long as it doesn't come through the roof. Just need to win the lottery. Need to go play.
So many things you could do,
Yeah.
and then you don't have to worry about oh, I need to go to the gun range, but I don't want to go to
Yeah.
an indoor one.
I know. That's
The only range I like around here is called Parma Woods. Have you ever been to it?
up by the airport, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like really cheap, $4. All the targets are free.
So
They provide ear protection and eye protection, and they let you shoot for about 5 minutes, and then you have to get out of your booth, change your sign to red. They have red and green, and then make sure everyone's out of their booth, and then you walk out there, and you get to change your target or move your further back or closer.
I went there one time and was gonna shoot, but it was really busy. And what turned me off is you had to watch their safety video before,
Oh, yeah.
and you
Well, that's your
literally
first time.
couldn't do anything fun. You can't shoot more than
No.
2 rounds back to back. You can't do I'm like,
Yeah, you can't
that.
use steel case. It all has to be brass.
yeah. I'm like, no, it's too busy. I'm like, it's
And
gonna
their
take too long.
excuse was they'd put a magnet on there and they'd say, "See, it sticks. You can't use it." It's like, why? Because this would leave our facilities, and they have a huge dirt wall, like several feet thick. And it's like, how is this bullet different than this bullet, and how is it going to leave the facility?
Well, the bullet's the same. It's just the casing that's different.
Yeah.
I think it's because they
They
try
can't
and recycle.
Yeah, they can't recycle it.
And that's any indoor range now, too. Same thing.
Yep.
So I'd rather.
So you can't use any Tula except for at someone's land.
I think they have some brass case Tula, but it's more expensive. But yeah, the cheap shit that you're going to buy for your AK, yeah. You can't shoot indoors or
Yeah. They don't like it.
maybe some outdoor places, but that Parma Woods, no.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'd rather just be able to walk outside. And that's what sucks about having a gun channel and doing reviews on guns, but I can't do any shooting videos because
You just can't walk outside right now.
I just can't walk
Yeah.
outside and do it.
you
I
could.
don't want to do it at an indoor range because that's not the same. And it's like,
You could. The cops might not like it.
Chris, just hurry up and buy some damn land.
Yeah.
I'd look. It's expensive still.
Just bite the bullet. Don't buy a gun for a while.
Yeah.
I'll just bring the guns.
So have you seen any barrels, Air Precision 308 barrels?
Not since I looked Saturday.
Oh, okay. Well,
Just a Wilson
was there
Combat.
17s or was there 16 and a half inch barrels?
No, they don't make 16.
Oh, they don't make 16. Yeah.
It's 16, 18, 20.
22, 24.
They don't
So,
make
like,
17?
No. So like I told Chris.
Save the money, do a Wilson Combat.
Well, I'm getting a good deal from you.
I get, what did I say, 20, 10, 20?
10 or 20% off.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
And then, Aero Precision is good.
Yeah.
They're good, but they're not Wilson Combat
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, but how do you know? Have you put the two together in a test?
No.
See, you don't know. It's just a name. Just a name.
Fair enough. I guess I have a, see, I don't have a good comparison because he's got
See-
the 6.5
Creedmoor.
Creedmoor and AR platform. I don't have a similar platform. I have a Mossberg
Wilson-
Patriot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his Mossberg Patriots and his AR-10 for 6.5 Creedmoor. I would need to have like another AR-10 in that.
Caliber.
Yeah.
What brand is your 6.5?
Arrow.
It's arrow,
Arrow,
pretty
arrow.
much. Besides
The
the
barrel.
barrel,
What barrel did you use?
the Wilson Combat.
Wilson Combat. Where, what
20 inch.
website?
Yeah, he bought it through me.
Oh,
Wilson Combat.
Yeah.
you get Wilson Combat stuff?
Yeah, I get 10 to 20% off.
Oh, well, then why don't I just get a Wilson
That's
Combat?
what we just talked. Damn, dude, you ain't even been smoking the reefer yet. What's going on?
Yeah, Wilson Combat.
Yeah.
And we did the Arrow Precision 2-stage trigger on it.
Oh, okay.
Yep. It's fun.
Right
Yeah.
on.
So what'd you think about being on the podcast?
I hated it.
Yeah,
I really
I could
did.
tell. So,
No, it was good.
nice.
good. Fun.
Nice gun heavy podcast and got to show off some cool stuff.
Yeah.
I need to make more videos. I hate that the fact that I can't make videos right now because I'm so busy with it's a wedding. Cause we also bartend, like I've said, and it's taking up so much freaking time. It takes up my whole weekend.
Yeah.
It sucks. I can't wait. That's a good thing about winter is then, as much as I don't want it to be winter,
Yeah.
I
Well,
can do
ready for
YouTube
winter to be
videos.
over.
Well, Keith said, if you come on the podcast, I'll take you out for a steak dinner. And I was like, I don't know, Keith. He's like, oh, come on. I'll take you out to a steak dinner. So, Chris, we're going out for steak after this.
Oh, sweet. I like it.
Yeah, I hope you guys like Steak and Shake. Yeah, so, and I don't know if we said this or not. Hunter obviously isn't here today. He had his again. So we're doing this a day earlier than we normally do, but they actually had their baby yesterday at 7:53 p.m.
Congratulations, Hunter.
Congratulations,
Yes.
buddy.
So Hunter probably I'm like, dude, you're not gonna want to do the podcast for a while. Like he's like, oh,
You're going to learn sleep is your best.
Keith said he
friend.
was going to change the face to my face on your face, Hunter, on the intro.
yep. We're just gonna put
Sorry,
Ryan's
Hunter.
face on there. Take the mustache off or something. But yeah, so Hunter had his baby yesterday. So, well, not as you're watching this yesterday. It was the 10th of October. So, morning
Awesome.
evening. So, I will let him announce the name whenever he comes back on here because I know his.
Yeah, it was controversial about letting even us know about
Yeah,
it.
they didn't want anybody to know the name. So,
We do
know the
need
name.
waiver forms signed by the next time you come on, and it needs to be notarized and dated for that week that you're coming on.
Right. But yeah, we'll let him talk about that whole experience and how it is to be a new dad. And I know he had a lot of anxiety. He was freaking out because it got to the point to where like she could have it at any time. And so she was like, I'm ready to have it. They went in, had it scheduled, and got induced and had it.
Yeah, thanks for the text, jerk.
Yeah, he didn't tell Chris.
Yeah, he just said that they're going to induce her, and that was it.
Dude, I'm sure once his parents and her parents were up there and
He's just
probably got so much
yeah.
going on. I'm sure because they knew that they had to go into the hospital at 7:00 on Monday,
yeah.
or was it Sunday? No, 7:00.
He told me
Was it Monday?
Monday or something.
I don't know, but they were going at 7:00 at night. And he's like, I've been trying to sleep all day. He's like, I couldn't sleep. So then once they're in the hospital, he's not sleeping because you can't comfortably sleep.
Wait till he has to drive home.
Oh yeah,
His nerves. He's gonna be 10 and 2. All right, I'm under the speed limit. Okay, we can do it.
yeah.
So I know that's how I was.
Yeah. So if you don't see Hunter on here for a while, it's because he's got a new baby, dealing with that. And I don't have kids, so I don't know what it's like. But from what I hear, you get zero sleep for quite a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He's going to enjoy that.
Yep.
Every bit of it.
any free time that he gets, he's probably going to take advantage of sleeping.
Oh yeah.
So we'll get him on. Maybe we'll bring him on like via guest mode or something. And
Yeah.
I almost texted him today. I'm like, so you going to make it to the podcast today? Bring little baby
Yeah.
full on with you. And, yeah.
That'd been funny.
Yeah. So that's some good news
Yeah.
podcast. So, well, I think we've gone a little over an hour.
Yeah.
That was good.
It was good. We appreciate you being on.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Come
thanks
back
for
on
coming
again. And I'm sorry you have a friend in the FFL business that's
Yeah.
gotten you on this expensive hobby. But it happens, right?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
What's your next gun? Other than this 308 build. You got to have something ahead of that, right?
I don't know. Probably a suppressor.
All right.
I need a suppressor.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know.
You need something for the PSA. It's got a third of barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It always hits you, and it hits you hard, and then you're just like, okay, I got to get it.
Yep.
Cool. Well, Ryan, thanks again for being on the podcast,
Yes, thank you.
bringing
Thank
some
you.
cool guns on the show that Joe Biden hates. We always encourage that. So stay tuned for next week. Hit that like and subscribe. Check out Shotgun Studio. I'll eventually start doing stuff over there again. And then maybe whenever I get my Harley back, do some cool stuff since I'll be getting that exhaust on there. So stuff coming down the pipeline here eventually. So coming up on 50 here before too long.
Yeah, pray for Keith on that bike.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why I bought a slow cruiser. Not gonna be doing stupid stuff. So, Chris, take us out.
Have a good one.
I should bail and run through the door, but something